Cayo Perico Heist is definitely the best money-making method in GTA Online. No other money-making method is even close, especially for a solo player, especially for a beginner. According to my calculations, average player can expect to make $1.2 million per hour, which is equal to $20,000 per minute. And yeah, good experienced player can make even more, while beginners will be earning a little less, but still it's a huge amount of money, huge profit. And this step-by-step Cayo Perico guide will help you to reach that amount of money per hour, because I will explain in details how to complete all preparation missions and which one you can skip actually, and how to complete the final part of the Cayo Perico heist. Anyway, when you will purchase Kosatka, you will be invited to your first Cayo Perico heist, and it will begin with the scouting mission. I actually suggest you to complete this mission before watching this guide and see it as an adventure, not as a grind yet. You will be able to grind later. Just do what Pavel is telling you and enjoy the beauty of this tropical island. But there is one important thing: don't forget to make a picture of the drainage tunnel entrance. Other missions in your first run will not be too different from what we're gonna be talking about in this guide. So anyway, let's imagine that you completing this Cayo Perico for the second time. One really important thing: you always want to complete Cayo Perico in a hard mode, because the reward for the main target will be increased by 10%, and on average it will mean extra $100,000. Additionally, for Elite Challenge you will receive $100,000 instead of regular $50,000. We will talk about the Elite Challenge later. Anyway, by completing Cayo Perico in a hard mode, we will earn extra $150,000 on average, which is extremely good. But you might say, well, it's called hard mode, so probably it's much harder. No, you see, the only real difference with regular Cayo Perico heist is that you will need to complete one extra fingerprint hack and you will have 0 lives, but it's not important because we are not planning to die anyways. To start Cayo Perico on a hard mode, what you need to do is, after completing previous Cayo Perico run within 48 minutes of real life time or one in-game day, pay starting fee for the next Cayo Perico run, and then it will be in a hard mode. By the way, you can complete it anytime you want, there is no need to complete it immediately, you just need to pay starting fee, $25,000 by the way, within 48 minutes of real life time. Oh, there is a 10-minute cooldown for Cayo Perico, so when you will complete it, you will need to do something for 10 minutes, maybe complete some other money-making mission, and then Pavel will contact you. By the way, do you know that he's not Russian? If you are interested, link will be in the description. Cayo Perico can be fully completed in invite-only sessions, and that's exactly what you are looking for if you don't want to get distracted by griefers on Oppressor Mark II who will be killing you while you will be doing preparation missions. First mission is called Gather Intel. You will need to steal a plane and go to Cayo Perico to collect some data. Once you're gonna start it, just sit in the control chair of your submarine and use fast travel to the location which is closest to this yellow icon on the map. It will cost you $2,000, but if you complete in Cayo Perico for the first time, the price will be different, $10,000. So if you are short on money, maybe choose some other method of getting to the target. Anyway, just kill NPCs who are protecting plane and steal it. By the way, I strongly suggest you to invest your very first profits into purchasing Sparrow for your Kosatka. It's a helicopter, you can install homing missiles, and it will make your life much easier, especially when you grind in Cayo Perico, because it can be stored inside of your submarine and can land on your submarine. It's super useful. And for example, in this mission you can easily kill all the NPCs with rockets and no risk at all. And don't worry, William, this plane that you need to steal can take up to 5 rocket hits before it will get destroyed. Anyway, now just fly to this yellow icon on the map. But if you will be flying too high, it will not count. On the other hand, when you flying too high, when altitude is high, you flying faster. So it's up for you to decide if it's worth it to spend some time on gaining and then losing altitude. After landing on the island and small cutscene, you will be able to change your outfit. KG did nothing wrong. And then you will need to sneak to the communication tower in the middle of the island. Use this bike that you will find right next to you. There will be barrier on your way, guarded gates. You can choose one of two options. Either you can go left side and make this jump, or you can choose the right side and go directly through this door, because most of the time no one is even watching it. In any way, be careful and watch for guards and cameras cones of sight, and don't worry, cameras are not moving. Actually, bushes and trees on this island are more dangerous and deadly than any guard or camera, so watch out for that. When you will get to the tower, you will have to search for signal box, and here is small tip. If you will see a guard close to the tower standing right here, it will mean that signal box is located on the tower on one of the levels. If there will be no such guard, it will mean that you should look for the box on the ground. Now you will need to take part in a small minigame. It's pretty simple actually. This sign means multiplied by 10, this one is multiplied by 2, and this one is multiplied by 1. Try to start with this operation. Think which number you should multiply by 10 to get as close as possible to the target number, and then it will be easier. Once you're gonna solve the puzzle, just open your phone and go to Sightseer application. Just skip first 3 cameras, because there is nothing interesting here. We only care about camera in basements. This one you actually have to pan to scout the main objective, the main target, something that we will be stealing from Mr. Rubio. There are 4 different main targets, actually 5, there is also a panther statue, the most expensive one, but it only appears during some certain events, pretty rarely. Primary targets are Cincimito tequila, worth $900 on a basic difficulty, ruby necklace 1 million exactly, bearer bonds 1.1 million, and pink diamond 1.3 million on the basic difficulty, which is $1,430,000 on the hard difficulty. I've often seen a suggestion to restart this gather intel mission if you will see a tequila, because it's the cheapest one, but mathematically it makes no sense, because the difference between tequila and average price of the primary target is only 175,000. It's not guaranteed that if you will restart this mission you will not get tequila again. Anyway, you will spend like 10 minutes on restarting mission and getting to the point when you see the primary target. And remember how I said that you will be earning $20,000 while grinding Cayo Perico, so in these 10 minutes you will lose like $200 basically to earn this additional 175,000, and it makes no sense. Anyway, now when you saw the primary target, you can simply turn off the application, because you don't really care about the gold in the next room if you're playing alone, or about paintings in the office. Now just go and get caught by any guard or camera. You can also jump off the communication tower and die. It's faster and more stylish, but a little bit more expensive. In any way, you will appear close to your plane. Just enter it and you will get back to Los Santos. Now you can find a new session and respawn on Kosatka, or just use your Sparrow if you already have one. Don't forget to request your Kosatka through interaction menu if it's not nearby. Now you have a choice of different preparation missions. Disruption is something that you don't need to do if you want to complete Cayo Perico Heist in stealth, and you definitely want to do it, it's gonna be much easier. As for approach vehicles mission, I suggest you to do it last, because in this guide we're gonna be focusing on Kosatka approach. In my opinion, it's the easiest for beginners, and when you are choosing this mission you will need to fast travel and then fast travel back to Vespucci Beach, so you would rather complete this mission last. This way you will need to fast travel back and save a little bit of money and time. So now choosing equipment category and skipping demolition charges, we don't need it for stealth approach. If we have a bearer bonds as a primary target, we will need to acquire safe code. In other cases it will be a plasma cutter mission. Safe code is super easy, just go to casino, enter parking, find this yellow Lamborghini, get the code, use elevator, kill these 2 guards silently, enter penthouse, find the target, kill the target and his guard, and loot the target. That's it, you don't even need to fight back against other guards. Plasma cutter mission might be a little bit harder for beginners. First you will need to go to the safe house and make a picture of a planning board. Don't forget to send it to Pavel. Now go to the location where robbery takes place. If you already have Oppressor Mark II, it will be super easy to kill all the guards and steal plasma cutter super fast, but but I guess since you're watching this beginner's guide you don't have oppressor. But you can use some armored vehicle, for example Duke of Death that most beginners can claim for free. Just kill all the guards, pick up plasma cutter and go to Vespucci Beach. You can steal scooter close to pier and get to Kosatka, or you might request a Dinghy. It's a boat that you are getting for free when buying Kosatka. Also you can use Toreador for this mission. It's super easy and fun to hit and run with this vehicle, plus you can enter your Kosatka from under the water while using Toreador, and you can store it inside of your Kosatka. I actually suggest you to use your insane profits from Cayo Perico Heist and purchase Toreador right after Sparrow. In the next mission we will be looking for a Fingerprint cloner. This one is super easy, just go to the warehouse, search for a circuit box to disable security cameras, this box always will be on the same building, enter warehouse, kill all the guards and solve this easy puzzle. By the way, code word is Panthers, small easter egg. Then just go to the archive, destroy the cameras and find Fingerprint cloner. It always lies on one of the desks and will be marked with this green arrow when you will get close. By the way, small tip, on Kosatka you can refill your snacks for free. You can take snacks at the kitchen close to your living room, place where you spawn when you switch lobby. In the last mission from equipment category we will be looking for a cutting torch. This one is actually also pretty easy but might be a little bit confusing for new players. You will need to go to the construction site where you will find 1 out of 3 different types of buildings. Small one, bigger one and the skyscraper. You might just kill all the guards, but it will be a little bit harder because there will be reinforcements, so it's a bad idea to disguise yourself. Luckily guards are not that smart, so just equipping yellow hard hat will be enough. In the small building you can find this hat close to the northern entrance. In the middle building go up on the second floor, right here, again usually from the northern side, and this hard hat will be lying right in front of you. And in the last case you will find a hard hat on the top of the skyscraper, right on the roof close to the parachute. Anyway, equip the hat and just search these boxes for a cutting torch. There is no need to crouch, you can even run, but just don't hit anybody, don't take out your weapons and don't stay too long in this cone of sight, cone of visions that these guards are having. And obviously don't pick up the torch when guards are looking at you. And then just run away. If you are on a skyscraper you can either use an elevator or jump with a parachute, it's up to you. By the way, sometimes you will not find your Kosatka when coming back from the mission. Quite often it will be there but just not showing on the map, so just search around. And sometimes you will see it on the map, it just will be under the water, so just open your menu, go to services, Kosatka, choose return option and use surface your Kosatka option, and it will float to the surface. So now weapon loadout mission. To be honest, it doesn't really matter which choice you will make here, because you will be fine with any weapon, but I'm usually choosing Conspirator because it looks cool. Also don't forget to buy suppressors for $5,000 if you are looking for a stealth approach, but if you complete in Cayo Perico Heist in the night time you will receive it for free. We're gonna talk about differences between day and night at Cayo Perico a little bit later. Anyway, weapon loadout mission has different locations but only 2 major variants. Easy one where you will need to go to the building, and the hard one, or I would rather say annoying one, in which you will have to follow helicopter for like half an hour. Okay, not half an hour, but it's extremely slow and annoying, and even more sometimes it bugs. But let's begin with the easy one. You will need to go to the building and there are 2 entrances, from the roof and from the ground. If you have an oppressor, just enter it from the roof, it will be super easy, but in other cases, especially if you are a beginner, I suggest you to choose ground entrance. Yes, you will need to kill all the guards, but still it will be easier. Anyway, enter office, kill all the guards here as well and search for a hidden safe. It's right here in the wall close to the desk with a notebook. It will be locked, so you need to use a notebook, solve this easy puzzle and then go back and pick up the weapons. Now just ignore all the NPCs that will be chasing you and go back to Kosatka, and you are ready for the final preparation mission. But what if you will receive a bad mission and game will tell you to go to Merryweather HQ? Well, here you have 2 options. First one is to complete this mission, so just follow helicopter until it will land front, then kill all the NPCs, enter Avenger, kill 2 NPCs inside, steal the weapon, jump from Avenger, and now kill reinforcements or just run away. It's not really hard, but it's time consuming for sure, so you can choose second option. Destroy helicopter to restart the mission. But anyway, there is a problem with this approach. It's not guaranteed that when you will restart the mission you will receive a good one. It's completely random, so it's possible that you will be receiving this bad mission again and again when restarting, and you will waste a lot of time and you will be definitely annoyed. But also you might get lucky and receive what you want after the first restart. From my experience, completing this mission and skipping it until you will get a good variant and completing this good variant will take the same time on average, so it's up to you. And now we're moving to the last mission before the Cayo Perico Heist. In this one you will need to choose approach vehicle. Yes, there is no need to do them all, you need to complete only one. And I know that a lot of people are suggesting to choose Longfin approach, but in my opinion Kosatka are much easier for beginners. And I'm talking about both preparation mission and Cayo Perico itself. So choose submarine Kosatka and fast travel to this yellow icon on the map. Now you will actually need to drive your submarine until you will see a question mark and enter this yellow area. Then stop. I actually suggest you to dive a little bit. Also you can destroy all these patrol boats and helicopters, but it's not necessary, there will be no difference if you will not be dying and respawning. Anyway, now equip scuba gear, you can find it right here close to the control room, and actually it's a good idea to save some outfit with scuba gear so you can equip it at any time through interaction menu. Now use this ladder and exit submarine via this pool. Enter enemy submarine and just start killing everyone you see. It might be easier to use first person view. So just find jammer, take it and go back to your Kosatka. Reminder, you can enter it from under the water. Now we're finally ready to start Cayo Perico Heist itself. Now choose start, don't purchase any super heavy armor, you don't need it, confirm settings, choose play, approach vehicle Kosatka, infiltration point, drainage tunnel, campground entry point, drainage tunnel, escape point, just pick anyone you want, time of the day. Now here is the difference, at day guards will see you from the bigger distance, but you also will see them from the bigger distance. It doesn't really matter because guards are almost blind and deaf at any time of the day. At the beginning I actually suggest you to choose daytime just not to get lost on this island, but later you might choose night and save $5,000 because you will receive suppressors for free. Anyway, just swim to the drainage tunnel, cut the gate and enter compound. So far it's really easy. Go upstairs here, it's from the left side if you are looking at the sea, and shot the first guard. Always aim for the headshot. Actually you can spray them as well, but it's less consistent. Now move a little bit and wait for the second guard. Don't worry, he's not gonna see you. Go to this corridor and there will be camera and guards that you need to take care of. Wait until the guard will stop watching at corridor and start moving. Now go right here and destroy the camera. Now just kill the guard. It's always safer to shoot them when they stop, by the way. From here you can quickly run and kill the guard on your right before he will turn around and start moving, but it's a little bit risky and we're not in a hurry. We need to complete the heist in less than 15 minutes to receive Elite Challenge. By the way, other requirements for Elite Challenge are no quick restarts, full bags of loot and no failed hacks. We're gonna talk about this later. Anyway, since we are not in a hurry, I suggest beginners to not run inside of compound at all, just walk. There is no need to crouch, just calmly walk. And watch minimap, obviously. For example, with our next guard, I suggest you to stay right here and wait until he will walk here and stand still, almost inviting you to kill him with one clean headshot. Now just go upstairs, walk to this corner and easily take down the next guard. Now go up 2 flights of stairs and wait for the last guards that we will need to kill inside compound. Now go upstairs, enter this room and check safe. It's close to the fireplace behind this picture. Don't forget to do it, it's additional $75,000 on average and this money are not taking any place at your bag. Let me explain, we can steal not only primary targets that does not take any place in our bag by the way, but also secondary targets. And these targets are, I'm gonna list them from the least attractive to the most attractive. cash. In most cases you will just ignore it. Paintings that you can find inside of El Rubio's cabinet. I suggest you always to take at least one painting to make sure that you will run away from the island with full bag of loot. Remember, it's a requirement for Elite Challenge. Next goes wheat, then cocaine, and then gold. You cannot take gold if you play solo. Actually, there is a glitch at the moment that allows you to do it, but I don't suggest you to waste time on it. Especially if you are a beginner, because you will probably break stealth or waste too much time on it and fail your Elite Challenge. Now, you probably mentioned that sometimes I'm looting some keys from NPCs. This one is a key card and you don't need it when you play solo, because it takes at least 2 players to open doors with help of this key card. But this one is a gate key and you really need it. From my experience, 95% of the time we will loot this key from one of the 6 guards that we killed. But sometimes you will get unlucky, and in this case you have 2 options. You can try to enter underground vault from this cabinet, just go to the elevator and hack Fingerprint cloner. But there is a problem. This way you will need to complete 3 hacks on the standard difficulty and 4 hacks on the hard difficulty in only 5 minutes. It's not impossible, this riddle is pretty simple. Just go from the top to the bottom and try to match the fragments. For the first finger scan you will need to change only top 4 fragments, for the second top 5, and so on. Anyway, if you are comfortable with this minigame, just go for this method. In other case, go down and continue killing guards until you will find a key. It's easier, but you might get extremely unlucky and waste too much time on finding this key. By the way, just ignore this juggernaut, he's not worth it. Anyway, when you have a key, go downstairs right here to the gate and open it. Yeah, we were looking for a key to open this gate, because down there we also need to make a Fingerprint cloner hacks, but only 1 hack on the easy difficulty and 2 hacks on the hard difficulty. From here it's pretty easy. Open the door, use cutting torch on the glass, just watch out for the heat parameter, and then pick up the target. If you have bearer bonds as the main target, it's even easier, just remember the code. And even if you will forget it, don't worry, you can check it at any time in your phone. After you will take the main target, just leave the vault the same way you entered it. As always, watch out for the guards. Now you're looking for the stairs, go up, and here you don't even need to kill anyone. Just wait until this guard will turn around, stick to the right side and slowly go to the exit. Yes, there is a guard on your left who's looking right at you, but don't worry, if you're not gonna stay in his cone of sight, you will have no problems. So just go to the gate until you will see this message. Press the button and here you go. After cutscene will start, you don't have to worry about anything. Now move a little bit and kill this guard. It's actually unnecessary, but why not? Okay, now you have an option to leave the island almost immediately. Just take the bike, go left, you might kill this guard as well, but again, it's not necessary. Then just drive here and jump off the cliff. By the way, you should choose this escape method only if you already have full bags of loot. For example, you found 2 paintings at the office, so maybe you choose Longfin approach and got secondary loot first, before visiting compound. Anyway, once you will get in the water, look for these 3 mines that are making triangle. Swim around one of these mines underwater for some time and mission will be over. But if you don't have full bag of loot yet, turn right. Kill the next guard, and here we have only tricky moment in the whole heist. Because there are 2 guards staying close to each other. You will need to kill the first one with a headshot as usually, and try to kill the second one with a fast headshot as well. Actually, you might also spray the second guard with bullets. Just make sure that he's dead before you stop shooting. Now destroy the camera. By the way, you can only destroy 5 cameras during the Cayo Perico Heist, because if you will destroy more, there will be an alarm. But it doesn't matter, because there are not too many cameras on your way. Just don't run around and shoot at cameras when you don't need to. Anyway, just take this bike and reach the main dock. You can turn left, but it's a little bit harder because you will need to watch for a few guards, or you can go just directly to the main dock. In this case, you will need to worry only about bushes and a little bit about helicopter. Enter the main dock right here and you can immediately kill the guard on your right side if he's gonna be close to you, but you might kill him later, it doesn't matter. Now shoot the guard and then camera that are protecting this building, enter it and start looting. Small tip here, take cocaine or weed but ignore the cash. If there will be 2 piles of cash, take only one and then move to the other building in which you might find a loot. Kill another guard on your way, and by the way, don't worry about local NPCs that are running around and screaming, no one cares about them. So take all the loot from the second building, and if your bag is full, indicator will be green, just move to the next stage. If not, go back to the first building and take all the cash that is left there. Now kill the guards at the dock, this one first, and then move a little bit and kill these 2 guards at the same time, just like previously. First one with a headshot and second one also with a headshot preferably, but you can also spray him. Now just take this boat and get away. Ignore all the guards, ignore the alarm, ignore helicopter, just go to the open sea, and in about 50 seconds the mission will end. If you will do it all correctly, you will always complete Elite Challenge, because it will take less than 15 minutes for sure. Just remember to have full bag of loot. I kept record of all my profits and time spent, including all the cutscenes, for most of my Cayo Perico runs, from the very first one to the recent ones, and on average after paying all the fees I was making 1.5 million in 75 minutes. Again, taking into account all the cutscenes, loading screens and stuff like that. So basically I was making 20,000 per minute while grinding Cayo Perico, and you can expect to have the same level of profit. The most importantly, just don't forget to pay the fee right after you will complete the Cayo Perico to start it on the hard mode, because hard mode is an easy money. By the way, if for some reason you watched until this point but still don't have Kosatka, I suggest you to go and see the video that you see on your screen now. It's another unnecessarily detailed guide for beginners, this time on how to grind your first money and purchase Kosatka. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, like, subscribe, до свидания.